just prematurely ended. Try to start all over. Okay? Well, I'll just pick up from where I started. Sorry, I don't know why it happened. Phone is not hot. I don't know why the live prematurely ended. So let me continue from where I stopped, where it does cut from. Why it do it, I don't know. I have no absolute answers for that. But it has just prematurely ended. So for the persons that are listening, you can hop on the live again. Let me continue right here. I took it back sometimes ago, and they see that actually like that's how it's programmed. So persons are there, but you are all across tools here. We do these little things and we change the looks of the tumbler, the cup, the plate. You then might, I guess these were some of the things why I had struck me along the way. Why? And of course we are trying to dress the sore when there is no plaster to fit in it. Gavin, Gracie, Jerry, Grace, Gavin. Okay. Okay, my live, for the persons that were on, you can just up on again. The live was prematurely ended. Nathan, how are you? Clancy, welcome to the live. I don't know why the live had prematurely ended a while ago, but it does. It has just prematurely ended. Thank you very much for touching the live, but thank you for being here. Just give me a moment. I am coming. Okay, thank you for being here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I had reached the part of the uh, for those that are coming on now, we're not here during this time. So it's live all over again. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong, but something went wrong a while ago. But as you know, these are all man-made things. It is expected. It is expected. They're all things. Yeah. So many things are expected to happen. Rylan, RIY, rise and Let me process the name before I call. Thank you for sub. Thank you very much. And welcome. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for tuning in on the live. I'll just go back to a little of what I was doing where I stopped because I was just about to get in while the live have just ended abruptly and okay. That is that. Let me get on. As I reaches the, well, again, let me welcome you to the live. It's a pleasure to have you all. For those that are out of my time zone, thank you very much for being here. And Shia. Hammond supports Kira. Where's Kira? Okay. Kira. I welcome you to this channel. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure for you to be here. Okay? And I was at my birthday thing. Sing Baba. Sing Baba 440 from India. Hi, India. How are you? I haven't seen India in a while. I hope everything is good. In spite, there are so many disturbances in the countries now. You heard here, you heard there, so many things. The place is unrest. But nevertheless, keep your focus, friend. Keep your focus. Okay? You are alive, and alive you will be. Okay. So yes. Um, this is our soundbite. Do not be a human garbage bin. And that does means that they are sometimes we carried around some of the garbage that other persons have downloaded on us. We do not want to be carrying around other person's garbage. If there is something that you salvage from that garbage that can be of good help to them, you do it. But you don't walk around being any person's garbage bin. It's not good for you, it's not healthy. Not good. The next of it says, do not let no one devalue you. Let no one devalue you. Your character, your integrity, and just about what? Let no one do it. Let no one brings you down to their level when you are above and not beneath. There are some podcasts coming on, and these are showing how persons have treated other persons. And you look at it and it makes you wonder. Persons have not worn certain things as an epaulette. So you are out there as, let me say, the prime minister. And if he didn't know you because of the television, so you don't know you because you are not wearing the epaulette I am. No. And in such sense, persons looked down on people in very mean and disgusting manner. There was this lady and more than one of them that were abused. and also abuse their power, not knowing who these persons are. And their ticket showed up that they are first class passengers on the plane craft. And for those that are working, look at them and said, oh, first class, I think you have the wrong ticket. I think you are the wrong seat. Why? Because they're looking down on them. They are looking at them in such a despicable manner. They, oh, you are not the president. You are not the so. You don't know what that person's held. But they go simple, not showing it off. They rap with the people, and it's hard for you to know. Yeah. So then, sometimes when they found out, ooh, they are trying to push aside, it costs them their jobs. Because these are a person that carries weight. So don't let no one look down and devalue you. The next line says, stand with your worth. Stand with your worth. Let no one put you down to anywhere. And while I was on that, I was just speaking about this young man who seeks some help to further his education. His direction was clear. His map in his hand, the GPS was taking him to his destination. But other people who look on don't know this young man. Instead of trying to help this young man, even with a word of encouragement, they use words of degradation. They use words to puncture the hole in him. They use the words that would have let him his hand off the wheel and turn off the GPS. But he knew what he wants. He knew where he was going. And he had no intention that not even the vehicle should got a puncture, that he had to get out of it to try to mend the tire. His head was steadfast, his hands on the wheel, and his foot clutched the brake. And he was going. And I felt so good when I saw him on his graduation day. Was it an easy journey? No. But guess what? He was not looking on the people who were making the noise. He was steadfast ahead because he had to get to his destination. And at the time when he started out, he was 18 years old. He knew what he wanted. And he's now 20. Has his journey stopped? Maybe no. Because empowering and learning is always there. And so, this evening when I look at this young man, he did not miss a turn. He did not take the wrong turn. Because what? He knew what he wanted and he knew where he was going. And by any means, he had to get there. Did he do it alone? No. God was the main driver. And if it was a plane he was flying, he was the pilot and not the co-pilot, but the pilot. So each person, as I said just now, that are celebrating their birthday today, have a purpose. Know what you want. Know where you are going. Keep your hands on the wheel. Your eye fixed on listen to the GPS, and you will get there safely. Today, the hard studying, the long nights, the road that looked like it will never end ahead of him, he rejoiced. He forget the struggles, and it brought rejoicing unto those who watches him on whether YouTube or Instagram. And young people like himself can take a leaf from his book, because some person by just the shake of a wind took a leaf from his book. Because if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So know where you're going, know what you want, know your worth, and stood up with it. Wear it as an epaulet. So happy birthday to those that are celebrating their birthday. And there will be many more birthdays. I wish for you long life. I wish for you health. Do not procrastinate on the way, but put your head steadfast, your eyes on the prize. Do not let no one devalue, right? The prize is yours, and you're going to get it. You're seizing it. You are claiming it. You owned it, so you're going. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. Long life, health, and wealth will come. Keep focus. Keep your eyes open. Do not listen to the many noise and noises that are on the other side, but keep your head steadfast. Okay. And with all of that said, I feel so elated for this young man. You know why? I have a daughter. Not one daughter, more than one. One, I've graduated from Berkeley College here in the States. And it was a joy to watch and sitting that pew and looking and her receiving. So it was like one of my own child. It was like my daughter. The next one who went and marched up to the and sat in that pew to receive our 2 certificates. And on the other hand, when she went and did her master's, it was a joy. So when I saw this young man and I watched on his channel what happened and what was doing to him,
And today is behind him, and he is steadfast for what next to come. Because I'm sure it's not ended here. I felt so good for him. I felt so elated when I look at him, when I look at his spirit and knowing that what he has heard throughout his entire life before he reaches that, nothing like those have never came his way. And now that he is aiming for the sky, and persons seeks to pull him down, I give God thanks for him. I may never met him in life, but I give God thanks for him and the progress he made. Okay? Okay. Yes. Now, I asked a question on my live. Does children emulate, that's my final topic for the night. Does children emulate their parent? Yes, they do. The parent is the first teacher, the first medical nurse and doctor, the first socialized group. Your parent is. So your parent is one that you are going to mimic, emulate, follow. Your parent is always going to be those first set of people. You walk like them, you dress like them, you want to do things like them, you want to song just about everything. It's your parent. Sometimes in life, persons, children, do things in life where we want to correct and undo the wrongs. But when you look at it, we blame the children, we blame the young people, we blame everyone else. And I don't know why this young man is like this. It's my child. I love him, but I don't know where he get this from. Why is he like this? And we have a lot of questions. Thank you for the crown and the shoe. We have a lot of questions to ask. But one thing we didn't have, and you gave me a dress too, thank you. One thing we haven't tried to find out, what was our mirror to that child or to those children? Because we are their mirror. And we ask everything. When they got into serious trouble with the law, When the law have them here, there, and almost everywhere, when they are not changing, regardless of all the things that they do, they put them behind bars. They try to rehabilitate them. They do so much things. Some changes and some don't. Okay, sir, thank you. Some change, some make a turnaround and try to do differently, while some have not changed one iota. Good morning. Thank you for the cup of tea. Thank you. And so we always have problem. Parent sometimes blames the other children that are from a different mother and father. We blame society. We blame the music industry. We blame every system except blaming our engineering machine. And sometimes some things do happen and you don't, you ask, and you too will say, but the engineering machine is the one to be blamed. And we do not saw it until there, thank you, there is something that you, I got an apple as well. Oh, thank you very much. You're feeding me tonight, man. Thank you. Or this morning. Oh, good morning. It's the morning. Yeah. A healthy breakfast. Thank you. You know how to do it. Okay. We haven't looked at what went on in and around us. They always said, learn to dance at home before you go abroad. Learn to dance at home before you went abroad. The other day, I was listening to a news on the television, and the heading of the news said, the youngest cop killer. And my eyes and ears perked up because I was listening to hear if it is about a 6-year-old that took the life of a cop. But it wasn't a 6-year-old. Of course, he is the age of 14. I mean, it was like that I wrote it down. While the news was going, I was penning it in my notebook. And for the reason for me to pen it and looking back on it is that when they do their research to find the family, he was from a family that have a good run-ins with the law. Mother, his mother, and his auntie. They were in Georgia. And I guess it gets very warm. And the auntie said, I told his mother not to take him to New York because he's going to get in trouble. He's 14 years old. And the amount of running that he has with the law, it's more than you can count. He said on March 7, 2025, at 6:30 p.m. I think it's a p.m. Yeah. They were on duty, the cops, and they saw this little young man. And when you look at the picture of this young man, he painted himself with, all kind of maybe signs, he may call it. And the cops apparently beckoned to him. This is 6:30, yeah. And he said, don't come near, I'll shoot. And before they knew it, did I wrote the amount of bullet? 29 shots. 29 shots rung out of his weapon. Killing one of the police and wounded the other. As I say they were living in Georgia. Maybe it was too hot. So he came to this New York, apparently to take part into a sports. But obviously, he lives in New York. The aunt says, I told the mother not to take him to New York because he's going to get in trouble. Now they knew who they have on their hand. It was all good in Georgia. And when the background of the adults were read out, I was like, excuse me. How are you going to expect anything better from that child different from what you teaches him? What he saw you doing. The news said they are all being locked up for many different reasons. Many runnings with the law. His mother. Who would he and should he emulate? His parent. He saw this. This is around him. I guess what is he doing with a weapon? So, per adventure, that is my assumption. He maybe get it from them because they have the weapon runnings too. They have the substance running too. They have been thrown in jail and in prison for these things. And he is 14 years of age. You now imagine he was born in this condition and situation. He saw this around him as a daily living. Hi, Amara, how are you doing? You just have one, yeah. All you have to do, don't use it wrongfully. That's all you have to do. If you don't have to use it, don't use it. And if you're using it, it must be adjusted. I sat and I listened to the news carefully. And I start running all over in my brain. I do think that the parent of this child expecting him to come out better. But how can he emulates them? They are his mirror. He is the subject of their mirror. He's the smaller version. How would he be doing anything differently? So obviously, it is hot in Georgia. And they all came to New York. Changing the place is not going to make it any different, because you are the primary person in his life that is doing all of this. And so they put it, the youngest cop killer. You're looking at the man, oh sure, look at the man in the mirror. And he's looking back at you and he's speaking to you. So I came to look at it and I said, person not understand. It's like a person that smokes and they will send their child to lit the cigarette or send them to get the cigarette. And they said, light it for me. And they lit that cigarette. But they expect the child not to smoke. This is one of the things they said. Not because I see me smoking, no, but I can't take up smoking. If you are telling them to lit the cigarette, they have to pull on the cigarette in order to ensure that it is light. And you are saying, do not come and smoke like me. It's bad habit. But you're done practicing them to smoke. So this family, and when you look at it, they said they are the kingpin or whatever. I don't want to use any word that was not in the news. Yeah. Light the cigarette, cook the food. Yeah. Right? So where they were in Georgia, they were the Donettes. The Don on the Donettes. Who are you expecting to grow? Who do you expect? An angel sent down from God? He just turned the block of his eyes and don't see what you're doing? When you have him in the middle of what you are doing. Okay, took some drugs over there, so you are the distributor. So, you know you're going to lock off this area. You respond to that area. In this, I look at it and I said, this boy have gone to school, and if he does, he barely went to school. If he could stood up, look at the police vehicle and saying to them, don't come, I will shoot. Hello, what this sounds like? Who this sounds like? This is like an ex-cop saying to a wrongdoer, said, look here, stay quiet, because I don't even know what you have. He knew that the government carry their weapon. So he is going to outdo them. 29 shots ring out of the young man's weapon. I tell you, I wrote it down. The news was going, and I was like, hello, I wrote it in my book. Because I am like, I I was speechless. Because although he had a weapon, he's challenging the lawmen. And of course, and when they threw his picture like they were questioning him just straight up, he's just, my friends, women and men, young, that's crazy. So crazy. Don't come over. Remember, they haven't even left their car. They were still in the vehicle. It's in the vehicle. He pumped the 29 shot in. I will shoot. I'll shoot. That sounds like, I'm saying, no. I guess parents inject these children with all the wrongdoings, with the wrong, until they themselves cannot contain themselves. They are completely out of control. And of course, we will blame everything. Yeah, that's what he's going to get. Because of his age, they said that, what they said? They said because of his age, I guess, he's going to be tried, but he's not going to be going out. He is going to go to the boys. He's going to go somewhere. I forget where they said they put in him, right? So he took time and grew there. They are going to see if, but for you, that's the reason why they put the news, the youngest cop killer. I saw and I said, no, no, no. And then when they brought up the parent things, hello, how could you get a carpenter out of that? He is living the life he knew. He's living the life that his mother taught him. I didn't hear they say anything about father. So I don't know about, I didn't hear, I'm just saying what they said. The sister of the mother of him. They are the ones that lock the ends where they live. So, as I said, it seems like it get warm. So they migrated to New York. And then people will look, the engine that runs their thing, they would go around and they blame everyone else outside of blaming the home. And the home and the whom, and the who grows them. Yet they blame the government, they blame everything, they blame their neighbors' children, they blame everybody except blaming where and what you taught your children. You imagine at his age, he is perhaps a delivery man. Oh, and I imagine you scare because you don't want to go to no jail for no child jail. But of course, he used it to whip you in line. Okay? So a lot of persons thought more or less, oh, it's when the child reach 10 we start training him. Oh, please, get back. You are doing that from he conceive. You didn't break any of the habits. You didn't break anything and said, okay, I have a growing child here, so I have to do things differently because this child is emulating me. I am this child's mirror. This child is mimicking me. No, they didn't. And after this lovely child, nice baby, look at this baby, nice baby. I wish they would have stayed that way because they wouldn't be corrupt yet. But even though they are baby, they born corrupt. Sounds funny, but it's true. You train that child from that child is in the home. The morning you woke up and found that you are pregnant, change your attitude, change everything, because it's not only for you, but for the child that you're going to brought in this world. This child is going to be coming and mixing with other people's children. And of course, you can say, oh, it's because of my neighbor, Mr. John, over there, child. That's he is following. He's not following Mr. John's child. Maybe he's the teacher for Mr. John's child. Maybe he's one of the big tutor. I remember some years ago, this little young man, at 5 years old, he was expelled from the school his parents sent him. 5. And his parent, it's one of those Eiffel Tower parents, or that ivory tower parents. Those names or big in society. Yet, this little boy, and it's the first child, it seems, if I remember correctly, they were sending him to a preparatory school. And you know, you want your child to go to the best school. Okay? Okay. Mm. You're going to send your child to the best school possible. And so they sent him to one of those upscale preparatory school. And at 5 years old, they expelled that little boy. I was a caregiver for the friend's two children. And one night, he used to come and he came to the house to play with the other, the friend's two children. So, I'm there. And I was warned by the two children I am taken care of by their parents about the little boy. Don't matter what code you put on and lock, that little boy break the code. Yeah. The two children that their parents place, they don't know how to find Blue Movie. And they lock from their children because they are careful with that. And that little boy came to their house. They hid the remote, and he came to their house, and he went into the master bedroom, and he never stopped search until he found how he knew where they put it, and he not living there. And he found it, and he cracked the code, and he was there enjoying Blue Movie. Yeah. Don't matter what they do, this little child is 20 miles ahead of them. He went to school and he doesn't listen to what teacher's saying. He did something to a child and the teacher spoke to him and the teacher sat at the table and he just went under the table and eased the table up and turned it over as he was a little Samson. They could not control him. And so they had to homeschool him. You shouldn't be eating it or you should have bought it. Which of it? You shouldn't be eating it or you should have purchased it. Which one? So I say all of that to say, I don't know what with the parent, but let us say he's born special. Because there is nothing. You can't hide anything. He doesn't walk on the sole of his foot. Oh, okay. He walks on his toes as if he's doing ballet. He is coming behind you, don't hear a step out of him. So I say all of that. I don't know what was in the parent, but this little cop killer, 14 years of age, and he born with all of these runnings. He sucked the milk of the runnings. He sleep, wake, and look at the action of his very parents. Ballet is not. No, I said he walked on his toes as if a ballet dancer. You know the ballet dancers dance on their toes. That's how he walk. He doesn't walk on his foot bottom. He walk on his toes. As if you're looking on the ballet they're dancing on their toes. That's how he walks. Don't ask me who of the parent he got that from. But I am saying, parent, many times you blame everything around you and everybody else except blaming yourself, blaming the way that you portray yourself, your character before your children, what you teaches your children. Because the reason for them to hold on to it, you are their parents. Don't dance on your toes. You dance ballet. Right? They are acting out what the teaching that they get. Why? You are their parent. You are the mirror for them. You are the one that they are looking in and reflecting on their own, saw the reflection of their own self. If some persons could have turned the hands of time, turned the clock back ways, they would have done differently. But because the horse went through the gate, and that's the time sometimes you close the gate, when the horse is already through the gate. But many parents, if they could have done differently, because look at this little young man, he have done what he has done. And she may only saw him when if visit is permitted to her. Outside of that, she's only going to know, oh, my son name is, I wrote down all the name, but I'm not calling his name. You know, my favorite subject. You asking me or is somebody else you're talking to? So, in the process of getting pregnant and knowing that you're going to have your child, or you're talking to me, okay, then. What was my favorite subject? You know, my favorite subject was history, um, English. In spite I don't speak perfect English. But trust me, every exam I do, I am on top of the English. Maths wasn't so much because I didn't love figures. And I didn't get to love figure until I grew up. And I went back to school to get things done and further. And math were a priority. And then I get a math teacher and she said, because I put the fear in it, and that's the reason why. I just look at it. Whereas when teacher go on the board and I give me this long division, and you start up there with how much numbers, 100 tens and unit, D da do come down. I am like, oh, I can't bother with this. LCM, yeah. Algebra, I will do that. And some more. But wasn't my special subject. But then when I realized that if it's even a piece of the mat, I have to have that. Because there are things that you had to, oh, good. This is, yeah, ma, take away minus this and then worst of all, I couldn't. But afterward, not that I really love it, but most of the time my life depends on it. hmm So I do it. And not until I was big going back. And that teacher actually, I was doing, and she said to me, you have to do math. I said, no. She said, don't worry. And she took me up on it. And then I get a second person. I've gone in physical with her, in physical space, and somebody else who were really a math person. Wow. We have session on the phone. So he would have called, are you busy? I said, no, I am free. And I would be on my computer and I have to grab my book and my pencil, and you said, okay, let me walk you through. See that? No. So, yeah. But I had the fear for it. And that's the reason why. But after I sort of conquer that fear, no, I don't do bad. I don't do badly. Of course, I can count money. So I haven't done badly. No. When I say physical, one was on phone, and that math teacher, I met her in the classroom, physical space. The other one was on the phone, and physical space with her. And then she would have, and you say, what? You see that it's not hard? It's not hard like when you're looking at it. Oh Lord, when I used to look at it, dictation. By the time I said dictation, composition, comprehension, yeah, and I'm there. But math, mighty God, Almighty starter. I had such fear. But anyhow, there are ways to conquer your fear, and there are people who is willing to help you conquer your fear. So, closing up with Mr. G. His first name starts with J and his last name is with B. Mr. JB. Parents need to take into consideration, just like how they said you got pregnant, you have to start carving out the life you want for your child, how you want your child to be grown up, where you want your child to be grown up, what are you doing, and what would you like your child to born and emulate you as, right? You don't must have to be in a government job or one of these jobs, but you can be someone who will impact the life of your child or your children. You can be a powerhouse for them. You can be their mentor in a positive way, in a good positive way. So look at children, and it's your child, and you have to deal with that child, and you ah, or you have never used algebra in your life. I'm sorry that I learned it, but I teach it to you for a small monthly installment. I did algebra. That's what I said. I did algebra. Come on. But in closing, to everyone that listens to me and who will go back and look at this live, and the live is done in two parts because the first part of the live, for some unknown reason, has just ends itself when I get nowhere in the live. So therefore, it started all over again. So remember, children live what they learn. They always have this saying and say, I don't know what I don't know what to say the monkey won't do. I don't know what to say the monkey won't do. Jump, I go. They had a song, I don't know what to say the monkey won't do. I don't know what to say the monkey won't do. If you laugh, monkey laugh too. If you dance, monkey dance too. I don't know what to say the monkey won't do. But this time, it's not the monkey, right? It's not the monkeys, it's us. It is us. Children learned from the best teachers, which is their parent. Children go to school and they will emulate their teacher. So the examples, the pattern of the set, and not when they are out of line because you were out of line. You were not aligned. And so they came not aligned. And then you cry and you're going to the prison, you're going to the here, you're wondering here, somebody did my child. Nobody did your child anything. You did it to the child or the children. So the younger ones, those that have already gone through I'm not looking to have children again. I have 2 children and that's it. Ain't one anymore. Those that have not have any child, Miley, how you doing? Are of any children as yet? Think well. When you look who you're choosing to be your child's or children's father, look well, you the mother, what the pattern that you are setting, that when your child came and been growing, you will be a mirror that they can look through. Okay? So, yes, set the pattern, set the pace, set the stage. I haven't seen them in a little while, but there were some people on YouTube. Oh Lord, the monkeys is like their child or children. They even grow up the children, a baby with the monkeys. You know, I don't know. I don't know how they control them, but they do. Okay, I haven't been seeing them in a while now. So, um, no, I did not say children's or monkey, please. Please get me quite straight. I never use such word. Listen to what I said. I used a metaphor here. There is a song that said, I don't know what to say, the monkey won't do. I don't know what to say, the monkey won't do. Children emulate their parents. So therefore, whatever the parent do, the children will follow. Because the parent or the mirror for their children. So I did not say that the children are monkeys. I didn't say that. If you hear say about a child, I say there were some people on YouTube that you saw them with the monkey and they treat them like children. They even have a baby that grew up with the monkeys. I have not seen them on YouTube, but they were there. The monkeys were pampas, the monkeys, they took them out on bike ride and so much things and so much things. So, sir, please retract your statement. I did not call a child a monkey. Okay? So I hope you get it clear. I didn't. I wouldn't do that. Good. I have children too. Right. So, anything the parent do, that is what the children will mirror. Take for a girl child. They saw their mother dressed in heels and they saw their mother put herself together going out. Trust me and trust and believe this one. When you are gone out and you let's say you're gone to work and they have a chance to be at home, they put on your clothing, they get your handbags, they put on their shoe, and this is them trying to walk in it because what? They are emulating you. You heard me say it a million times? Oh, you're a girl. So I am saying, you didn't hear I said this one a million times. I said the girls mirror their mother. They would put on and you get when you get back all your lipstick is all over them face because they know they can't apply it properly and they're in your shoe and this is them, and they ask them, oh, we are going to work. Yeah. So children mirror their parents, and they have a right to do so because the parent is the first community that they have to deal with. You are their first teacher. You are their first nurse and doctor. You are everything first in their lives. And they, while they grow, they watch you. Sometimes they try to speak the way you speak. They try to do the things you do. So children, parents are the mirror of their children. Okay? So parents have to be careful. The pathway they set for their children to walk on. If not, what is going to get out of it? It's going to shock you. You're going to be hurt. You're going to blame everybody else except blaming yourself. Okay? So thank you very much for Miss Miley or Millie. Is it Millie or Miley? Which one? Thank you very much. What they said? No, 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 not that. You said monkeys are not children. That's what you say. I didn't see the other things. Sorry. Okay. Accepted. Okay. Because I want it to be closed. Okay, then. And it's not closed. Yeah. That's another thing for another time. All right. So thank you very much. It is a pleasure to have you here. And for your listening audience, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. At this time, I will have to close my live. And I tell you, love yourself because no one can love you as you love yourself. Love yourself and be good to yourself. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself. See yourself as you. See yourself as you. And don't see yourself as anybody else. Okay? So, now, if you can't be good, be careful. Be careful around who you are, where you have been. Just be careful because there are so many things up and about and up. If I need a friend, oh, I have a tons of friends. Okay? All right, so this is the host for the most. This is you're truly tuning out from Aquarian Positivity, Positive Life. Find me at Joy, Aquarian Joy. Dot. Okay. So Miley, Miley or Millie. Okay. Well, everybody spelled their things differently. Sometimes I don't get it. Millie. Millie. I see our thing is so complicated sometimes. Because you will see a next name like that and it's spelled Milie. And then you have right there Miley. You making me mad? No. No, 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 no. Madness is not me. Can't be me either. If I am mad, I am mad over good reasons. Good. Okay, thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure. See you on the next live. Have a good one. Tuning out. Peace out.